Welcome, my friends. Yes, welcome to another episode of Nintendo Nightcap, bringing you once again your daily Nintendo news twice today. Because goddammit, I'd already uploaded a video. I was about to go to bed. Look at the state of me. It's 4 a.m. But the internet said no, and it unleashed more news for me to bring to you. So we're going to go into a huge update for Hollow Knight Silksong, finally. And then we're going to talk about a crazy Tears of the Kingdom fan. And lastly, for today's video, we're going to talk about a huge rumor which is talking about 4, not 1, 2, or 3, 4 Mario games hitting the Switch. So yes, we're going to get into all of that. It's going to be a bit of a shorter video, just headlines. But before we get into any of it, we're going to firstly say, if you are new here and you like what you see, why not consider hitting that subscribe, hit that like, hit that bell, and then share the channel to your friends because it helps the community grow. And then pull up that chair and sit with us as we delve into today's first story, which is Hollow Knight Silksong. Yes, the game which has been MIA for 247 years finally shows up via an update. We found out today that actually initially the team had planned on releasing the game in the first half of 2023, but that is no longer the case, and we know that because the team's marketing and publishing rep Matthew Griffin has this to say on Twitter. He said, "Hey gang, just a quick update about Silksong. We had planned to release in the first half of 2023, but development is still continuing. We're excited by how the game is shaping up and it's gotten quite big. So we want to take the time to make the game as good as we can. Expect more details from us once we get closer to release." So it's an update with news, but no news, because essentially the message is, please continue to wait. The game is going fine. Of course, this is something that fans of the franchise have been doing for a very long time. And they're gonna have to continue to do so. But as I always say, it's always better to take your time on a game and release it when it's ready than releasing it early and full of holes and patches needed. So a little update from the development team behind Hollow Knight Silksong. Next up, we got to talk about popular YouTuber and fanatical Legend of Zelda fan Alex CND, which, if his name sounds familiar to you, you might remember him as the person who was first in line back in 2017 at the Nintendo store in New York for the release of the Nintendo Switch. Well, this time he's at it again, posting a picture of himself on Twitter outside of the same store in New York, except this time he's lining up for, check this, 72 hours. My dude is going to be waiting in line 72 hours for the release of Tears of the Kingdom. It's just insane. Someone buy him some lunch. He did post a picture of himself outside of the store where he simply just said 10 a.m. today till 10 a.m. Friday equals 72 full hours. This will be the longest I've ever waited without leaving the line. Wish me luck. Day 1 vlog coming out tomorrow. So yes, you can keep track of his progress if you want to on his Twitter account. But as I was saying, it's just insane. The levels of hype behind this game, I've never known anything like it. Of course, Nintendo is staging a special midnight event for the game, but you need a special pass to get into that. But nonetheless, my boy Alex CND wants to make sure he is first in the queue. It's just crazy. You know, the game is 2 days away, but it's got me thinking, you know, the levels of hype are so insane. I'm starting to worry, what the hell happens now if I play the game on day 1 and I have this horrible feeling that, what if it's not as good as we all hoped? Oh my god, imagine! I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be incredible. Whether it's better than Breath of the Wild, we just have to wait and see. But I've got good feelings about it. But nonetheless, that is the level of dedication that some Nintendo fans have, some Legend of Zelda fans. So all the luck to Alex CND. Last up for today, we have a huge rumor now from consistent if not sketchy leaker Zippo, who this time claims that there will be four Mario games hitting the Switch, and they are a mixture of spin-offs and remakes and sports titles. We're going to get into them in a second. He doesn't, go into any details, but that is the rumor. And thinking about it, having seen what happened at the latest financial briefing, put that together with the fact that there's rumors there won't be a Nintendo Direct this June, and the fact that Nintendo will probably next be seen in Gamescom, I can kind of see this happening if it turns out that there are no big holiday releases. So what games does Zippo say will be releasing? He mentions, of course, a 2D Mario game, which I can believe. It's been a while since we've got one, and they are a safe bet. Nintendo can release one. It doesn't even have to be the best game in the world, and they always seem to sell above 10 million. So I can see that happening. He also mentions a sports title, this time being Mario Baseball. Again, I can see that for the fact that these games are not taxing, they're not intensive, and they don't take 5 years to make, and they fill a gap which might need to be filled if, again, there are no big holiday titles. Thirdly is one that's been rumored heavily up until now, and that is Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. Of course, releasing originally on the GameCube, amazing game, and heavily rumored for a while now to turn up. And that is again another game that could be used to plug holes. A consistent seller, guaranteed sales, and would keep things ticking along nicely, plugging in gaps. And the last one, again, I don't know if it's the least likely, but in theory, I could see it happening, and that is a new Mario and Sonic at the Olympics title. So that is the rumor, and I mean, like I said, Zippo is very sketchy, but I tend to believe it. I tend to believe it because it looks as though, to me, the way Nintendo's acting with Tears of the Kingdom, it looks like all his eggs are in that basket. That is all Tears of the Kingdom. We know we got Pikmin 4, of course, in July, but again, that's not a big system seller. And if the rumors are true that there is no Nintendo Direct in June, that says to me Nintendo doesn't have any huge titles for the holidays. That means it doesn't plan on releasing a big 3D Mario game, a Donkey Kong game that was rumored, Metroid Prime 4, and whatever else, So I could see the logic in filling in the gaps to get through the end of the year by having games like a 2D Mario game, a Thousand Year Door remake, a sports title, a baseball Mario game. I can see that happening. I can see the logic behind it. I have no idea if it's true, but I can definitely see it happening. We're going to have to wait to see if there is no Nintendo Direct. The next time we see Nintendo will be at Gamescom. So we're going to have to wait and see on that rumor. But that is the video for today, my good friends. I hope you enjoyed it. Just some quick hits. I'm going to finally go to bed, for God's sake. Well, I say that it's 5 a.m. I still got to edit this video. But I will be back tomorrow to tell you about any more Nintendo news that does break. Until then, my good friends, have an awesome night. Bye.